right now from the close guard. We're going to do this week passes and close guard with the gi. Next week we'll do passes on Wednesday, no gi though. So we're going to actually switch it up. Same general principle. So I'm going to go from right here. Getting close guard. Let's just go over first things first, posture. Because again, we are looking at various aspects of things that actually just don't work. So let me just go over what a lot of people do first. It's a little bit off, especially just again, whenever you're a new person within jiu-jitsu, sometimes even when you're at the blue belt level 2. First thing, I don't always want to sit on my heels. You can. Some people actually, say you should actually have live toes versus non-live. It doesn't really matter. Whatever feels more comfortable to you, especially depending on your knee flexibility. I'm comfortable here. Some people are not. So you may have to actually just be here. Some people can really, really fold their feet in. That's fine. I never want to see people though sitting, and I can't even actually do this. But if you look at like this foot, this way, some people do sit this way and they feel comfortable. But the problem is, if he sweeps me over this side, I literally roll over my ankle because now I have nowhere to go. So in general, you never ever sit like within this frog sit. You're either gonna have your feet tucked this way, or you're gonna have them live this way. Those are really the only two acceptable ways. Second, act like you were gonna be within a deadlift position here, meaning I never want to have a hunch over back, because if my back's hunched over, go ahead and just pull your knees in. I get pulled down a lot. So there are a lot of people that do try to actually that will try to pass a person guard, but it's harder for them to be able to actually do that because of the hunched over spine. So when he pulls his knees in only, he can pull me down. What I want is for my shoulders to be in alignment with my hips, and I push my hips forward this way. Now if he just pulls his knees in, it's harder for him to actually pull me down. He can pull me forward some, that's fine. But I just don't want to be super easy going to just pull. I never want it to be that easy in general for posture. So again, tailbone tucks underneath. My shoulders are going to be slightly in alignment with the hips now. Next thing, your hand principle. So whenever it comes to the hands, there's a variety of grips that we can actually do. Doesn't matter. Biggest thing is, I don't want my chest to ever go past my hands. So if I put my hands, say, on the hips this way, pull your knees forward. Now my chest is basically in front of the hands. Keep on. I collapse now. So you will see a lot of people that want to try to grab a hold this way and then just stay just right here. There is a way to actually do this, and we are going to go over that. But I don't want to have my hands such where my chest is actually over the rest of mine. Once that actually happens, I get pulled over. The same principle also applies in no-gi, but again, just kind of say that within like a tab. For now, we will do the no-gi versions later on. So again, there are lots of different hand positionings here. Higher though. But remember this, the purpose of your hand positioning is to put a wedge in to, number one, stop him from pulling me forward, but two, to allow me to attack his feet with my hips. Meaning, let's just go over the classic. Classic, we get two collars, you put them between one hand. Also, just give me a camera person that should come up here. I never want to see people do this. I even see black belts do this. This is literally one of the stupidest things I've ever actually seen. I don't really care what the color of your belt color is. I will tell it that it's just stupid. Never ever put a finger between a collar. People, they do weird type of grips this way and all. Because the problem is, in competition especially, he can actually grab both sides of his collar. No. One on one collar, one on one. If he rips, that's going to hurt your finger. It just is. Because again, we have small gaps here. So if he actually does that, it's going to hurt your finger. If we grab right here though, and then he just pulls, that's fine. Because now we actually have the rest of the hand actually dissipate out the power. If you do idiotic crap like this right here though, you're basically hoping that a person's not going to be mean and malicious. So never ever do this. Like literally, this is stupid. And I see people from white belt through black belt doing it. If I see you doing it, I'm going to call it stupid. Don't care. So never ever put a finger in this way. It can be here, your middle finger, your ring finger. I see it all the time. Only right here. You grab in here and I palm it down. Again, there's no finger in because if they rip out hard, that's going to hurt your finger. If you don't actually believe me, try it and then let that person rip out and then watch how quickly you actually let go of like this grip. So never ever put a finger in between here. All that's it. We'll go one, we'll go two. So get back over here now. Now, I want to get this grip right here as well, because we're going to look at the hand grips and then we're going to look at different ways of actually breaking out. So I want to get the hand grip, but again, 4 fingers is they're going to be on the outside. The thumb never goes on the inside; it just goes up. I want to get this grip. One way of getting it, because normally if I try to grab the hold, you just pull your arm right back. So that'll be what it occurs. So what normally happens is we'll take this grip right here. What will typically happen is he has to address one of these grips here. I'm pushing down on his hips here, and we hit the palm right here. Normally, right here, he goes, well, if you try to pull this one out, go ahead and try to pull, it's hard. So he's got to get that one pulled. As soon as he does, that's when we grab a hold. Once this grab actually happens, now watch, we'll roll the knuckles in. As I roll the knuckles in, the elbow also comes in on the inner part of his thigh. We raise up, we can come right over. And now we've actually trapped. So now there are a variety of ways to actually hit our passes. So this is going to be your standard grip here though. So first move that we are going to do though, we're going to do old school. Old school meaning we're passing from the knees. There is a difference in philosophy of passing from your knees versus you passing standing. Here's my thing. It's just a tool. So right now what's in vogue is passing standing, but the problem is though people are also getting really good at defending passing standing. So if people really get good at defending one thing, that means then that they're getting weaker on defending other things. So work both, and then depending on who you're going up against, you'll either pass standing or you'll pass on or you'll pass from the knees. In the end, it doesn't matter. As long as I get past his legs, who cares though? So again, first one though, this is actually just pass standing though. So we'll go 1, 2, or 3. Now I'm going to lean forward, but as I lean forward, I push my arms forward too. 1, 2, just like a windshield wiper. Now windshield wiper on the side that I actually have his hand trapped on. Now from here, you step up. So I want my camera person to get right here though. The biggest danger that normally happens is that people will stand up 1, and then they'll stand up 2, and now he can grab a hold of my ankles. Now he can actually hit bump sweep me back, go right ahead, boom, you fall down. Oh no, this stuff actually happens right here. So stop that. What we do is the following. Once we get the grips, right? We go 1, we go 2. We windshield wiper, we step. My chest faces this way, so when I step up, I'm gonna literally swing him that way. Meaning from here, we come up 1, 2, 3. It's harder for him now to grab because I made this turn. If you look at the hip too, my hips turn to where I'm facing more to his ankle, so I can just literally use one finger, just push, step, we break him open. So again, if I just step straight up, the danger is he can just grab a hold, he can actually bump. 1, 2, doesn't matter. So what we want to do is use deadlift posture straight back. Windshield wiper, step, we're going that way. Up. This also puts my knee, if you look, right behind his butt cheek. So he can grab a hold of this foot, it doesn't matter. He can grab it good. Still gonna actually open him up though, because of the placement of where this knee is. If my knee was on the outside though, Grab a hold, hips up more. Close your legs down. Now, it's harder. You see how he's actually locked in because there's no wedge underneath his butt to let me turn my hips to be able to open him up now. So again, on your normal standard, pass, right here. Again, the biggest things are we're going to push in, lean forward, windshield wiper, step, and again, as we step up here, I'm turning this way, but look at my hip. The hip is already turning and it's already putting pressure down on his ankles. So from here, we're pitching in, up. See how the knee wedges in now? I can barely push. He'll open up. Once the opening happens, we push it down. My knee always goes over. Keep the foot behind here. This, if you look, is more or less a split squat type position. Headquarters here, a lot of my passes, I force people here. If you force people here, they should feel a wishbone effect, where we have this leg trapped. Okay, preferably with your armpit going over your kneecap here. This knee is going to actually be right here, and if you look back on this side though, my foot's going to be right here. If I take that foot out, that's what happens all day. Have that foot here. If you feel that there's a little bit of an issue with their legs now, open your knee a little bit, then open your foot. You actually split them out more. Now, once I get people here, there's a variety of passes, and again, all the passes that we are going to do today, I just force you here, and then it's based on you. When you actually get forced here, first thing I want chest-to-chest contact. Right here. Why? You can't push me away. So if I go chest-to-chest contact, and then we grab a hold of his hip. Okay? This hand now reaches all the way behind as if I'm grabbing a hold of something in my back pocket. We scoop his leg. Now from here, you could do one of the few things. We could just back step now, or my personal favorite. I just open this knee out, and then the inside knee then goes into this gap right here. Okay, so just kind of get right here. You may be able to get a better angle on it. So we're here. The two main ways out, we either back step and then we leave this foot in, and then as soon as we take it out, we switch, putting our knee within the hip line, or once we just get here, we're buried right down and in. Don't worry about grabbing the whole knee either, just cut like his leg here. From here, open your knee, turn your inside knee in, and then come right through. And then you also press. So again, that's one. The second one though, because that one was purely standings. Now this new one, that's more of a halfway. So I'm still going to go, and I'm still going to get the initial grips, and I'll still just push into. I'll wait for him to actually do like a grip, we'll take the grip. Even if I don't pass his hand underneath, that's fine. I can just roll my knuckles in and roll the elbow in, and I'm fine here. Now I'm still going to push my arms forward, bracing it essentially. So now try to pull me in here. It's hard because now with the arms actually locked out this way, we're at a 45-degree angle here, and the elbows are in, so you can't grab behind the elbows and pull me in. So go ahead, bro. It's just hard. So from here again, we're gonna lean forward, the windshield wiper. But now watch. When this foot steps up, I don't put the heel down. I want to stay on the ball of the foot, and now we actually pinch our knee in. If you look, the spine's straight right now. It's curved right here though. Okay, from here, yank out, just push. You open your partner up. From here, you don't run like you did this side though. Keep the weight here. Slap my knee over. Look where we are again. And again, lots of guys who roll with me, they know I literally force most people right here. If I In here, I feel pretty good here. Again, first thing, if possible, chest-to-chest contact. But let's say hypothetically though that he actually gets his hands up, he says she pushed me. Well, now I can't get the chest-to-chest contact here. So what I do is this: I pull myself in just to make him push me back. Keep this hand on the tricep. Now we come around here. We come up. You know, keep your hand in here. We go one. Now watch this hand down here. I don't go over. I go underneath, right here. And I grab a hold of his belt. Now this hand right here comes all the way around. Now we make a C-clamp right here behind his knee. So from here, so get around to like right here, though, please. My knee now goes towards his hip line. So I'm grabbing one side of his hip line with his belt and pulling the elbow back. This knee goes here. Now watch. We rise, we pinch, come forward, trying to put his knee at his head. And now we sprawl this left leg right back out. And now we pass. We encircle the head. We complete pass now. So now we're doing the classic leg on shoulders Spanish pass. So again, on this one here, it'll be right here then. Again, 1, 2. Somehow we actually just get this, whatever. Roll your knuckles in. Just grabbing it this way is not good enough. Roll your knuckles in. Your elbow also just goes in. So this acts like extra supports here. Push ourselves away, straighten our back out. He already feels how this actually affects him on his ankles. Now we just kind of come up and forward. Windshield wiper, we step up, we pinch. Okay, from here, yank out, push. Stepping over, 2 hands actually goes here, cool. I grab and I pull myself in. I want you to push right back into me. Once this actually happens, watch out, I pull on the bottom arm. Pull so I can come in. You come here. You may wonder why I do not come this way. Some people are really flexible and they're also good just in terms of using this frame to actually help push. Grab a hold. So grab a hold here. Now rolling like push. He'll push me away. Maybe he can start doing some weird upside down stuff, etc. So because of that, you want to lock yourself in at the hip line. So you grab one, hand comes underneath 2. You can either grab a hold of his belt or grab a hold of his pants. He should be wearing 2 hands here. Grab his pants, lock your elbow in there. Now this hand has got to come behind the C-clamp here. So get right over here. I want right here. See how the thumb is up here. Reason being, if I keep my hand here and we go, triangle. Triangle's right here. So a lot of people get triangle because of that. I don't actually want that. I want the hand to come right here. Now look, my back goes straight. I'm not going to hunch over. The back straight as my knee goes into the hip line, and I'm leaning forward. I'm walking. Now I'm just sprawling. And then look, it's my chest that moves it. It's not me doing this. I'm not going to be here, and I'm not going to be grabbing a hold of his foot, trying to actually pass over. Lots of people actually do that. That's fundamentally wrong. You can get away with that against like other white belts, but honestly, it's a garbage technique. It doesn't work. So meaning, for here, I'm not just going to go, okay, I'll throw him, around. It's not going to actually happen. Okay. Instead, we have to connect the hip line, and then just lean our body weight in. See how he's not actually comfortable here. And now if I open my chest out, that'll make him have to actually pass. Make his life miserable where he has to actually pass. Okay? So the first one we did was standing. The second one, we're doing halfway, so we get one knee up, one knee down. Now let's go old school classic. Old school classic means we say you're both knees down. So when I'm going to actually do that one, you got 2 ways that you can actually do this one. We'll either go 1. Well, there's more than 2 ways here. So we'll go 1 here, lean, grabbing a hold right here at the basically right like above his hip line. We grab and then we roll the wrist into that artery right here, but we're pushing that hip down. Now, watch my knee alignment. This gets a lot of people in trouble. You see guys that talk about putting the knee directly in line. This is wrong, because if I do that right here, all he has to do now is shift his weight that way, and I've swept. And I catch this a lot. Gi, no gi, doesn't matter. You never put your knee in direct alignment with a person. What you do instead, you wedge a knee underneath the person's butt cheek. I don't want to be in direct alignment with his groin, because again, there's no base now. I've got to have some semblance of base, so you have to put the knee in direct alignment then with the butt cheek. It's the same way as standing. So again, here, do it one of two ways. I'll go first way, and then I'll go and I'll show my favorite way. So we lean in, rolling the elbow in, because again, look, some people will leave their elbows out this way. Grab behind the triceps, both of them. If he pulls my elbows open and then he pulls me forward, go ahead. He breaks me down, he can grab a hold of me. Now I'm gonna get subbed now. But if I get the grips, if I roll my elbows downward, I lean, roll them down, downward. Try that now. It's harder with the proper line. Now, I like passing on this side, so we open this knee out first. We open. Now watch this knee. Just get right here. This knee, and I'm leaning, and I'm not super flexible here, but open it out barely, we circle, it comes right in now, right here. This is a nice wedge here. So I'm pushing his hips essentially away from my hips here. Now get back to this side now. Now if you look at this knee in conjunction with his ankles now. So watch, as soon as I open this knee out right here, and I roll this foot open, I turn, see how his feet just actually broke open. And again, you're what, 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3".
Yeah, he's 6'3", 6'4". Again, I made this space right here with the wedges. His legs are actually broken open now. Now, the pass isn't just going to be dependent on you. I'll do it again now. So you can just stand like this side though. So again, we're here. We're still going to get the grips. Here, go ahead and actually grab a hold if you actually want to. I'm going to grab a hold. We lean, roll the elbow in, boom. So first thing again, look, I'm putting the pressure on. So I'm straightening out arms, roll the elbow slightly inward down. So we go 1, 2. I'm straightening my back out and I'm doing a pelvic tilt here. So here. So from here, open, circle my knee, we wedge in, circle out, and watch how right here, by me just simply stepping up this way, I've already broken him open. Now the passes again, it's just dependent on you. So since I said, hey, I really love the pass from earlier though, the passing spot, cool. So from here, I'm gonna lean forward, I'm gonna raise up somewhat, and I'm pulling my elbow in. I'm not gonna leave it out this way so you can armbar me or whatever. We're gonna be here. Now watch this foot. Step, coming over. We go 1. Opposite foot comes up 2. We're now within the exact same spot as earlier though. And now again, I can pull myself in, look up, grab hold of his hip, go in, boom. Exact same pass as earlier. And again, you can personally chain in whatever passes that you want. It's just more about being able to put your wedges in, breaking the guard open, and then from there, it's literally whatever passes that you guys want. So we did 1 pass from standing, 1 pass with 1 knee up, 1 knee down, then 1 pass with like 2 knees down. Again, the same general principles apply. You have to have your pelvic shift. Make sure that your feet are within safe placement so that if you try to hip bump, sweep knee or something, I can actually roll over. Meaning, right here, if my feet are here, watch my feet. When he hip bump sweeps me, go ahead. See how I can roll over here. Come right back. The same thing applies if I have live toes. If I have my foot right here, he's hip bump sweeping me this way, my ankle cannot roll this way. So never sit this way.
Again, some people they have the flexibility to be able to get away with sitting here, but again, you are honestly putting your foot within a dangerous spot because again, if he's rolling, he's not trying to feel where my feet are, etc. He's just trying to either sweep me, get out, etc. So then, if that roll over to that ankle happens, my ankle actually gets hurt, but it's not his fault. It's my fault for putting myself within the wrong spot. It's kind of like me saying, okay, well, if I just put myself here, arm all the way across, and then he actually hits the triangle, and we can go right ahead. Exactly. If he gets a triangle on me, like, that way, that's my fault. Why did I put myself here? Exactly. So do not put yourself within a position where you are more likely to actually get hurt. The submission that should happen is okay, that's one thing, but getting hurt just because of stupid body placement, though, it's not cool. It takes you out of the training, and we're already not training like enough as it is. So again, it starts with your feet alignment. Again, we can be here or we can be here. Doesn't matter. Again, pelvic shift this way. Now straighten that back out just barely. And again, our hands are in 1, 2. Again, from here, boom. Now we actually have our proper alignment. Now we are just putting in wedges. If I were to stand up, okay, look at how this knee right here, how this knee went in where? Right behind his butt cheek. That's the wedge. If I turn, I barely have to do much to actually break his legs open. It's the same thing. It's the exact same principle as what we do on the ground. So tomorrow, or not tomorrow, sorry, Friday, we will go over gripping for competition and a few competition takedowns in. Next Wednesday, though, we'll do the same type passes, but we'll do a no-gi because the grips change simply because I can't actually grab a hold of the cloth, but there are still ways to actually break it down in person. So talk to you guys later. Bye.